I promise the information I have this time isn't as in-depth as what I started this out with. We'll try to lighten it up and do nothing is involved. I've got just some regular miscellaneous information. I got a few helpful hints on processing returns and things that may help speed up the processing of your return. Most importantly, to the quickest way to file your return, excuse me, is electronically. Of course, I'm going to promote file via mytax.illinois.gov. Since that's our product, I will promote that first. But to see any tax professional, filing electronically, doing your refund direct deposit is going to be the quickest, fastest way that you've got to get your refund, and probably the most secure way because you don't have to rely on anything going through the mail service. When you are filing your return, whether it's electronically or paper, make sure you're entering your correct Social Security number and name. If you're married, we need the information for your spouse as well, as far as name and Social Security number. Also, when you're filing your return, we need the complete Social Security number, not just the last 4 digits. So make sure that's all complete up at the top. If you're filing your return and you have federally taxed Social Security, retirement, or pension, anything that's listed on your federal return as those lines, we have a subtraction in Illinois on line 5. Illinois does not subtract Social Security, does not tax Social Security, retirement, and pension. We allow you to subtract that on line 5. And in our instructions for the IL 1040 for line 5, you can go out and look to see what lines you need to look at on the federal return to add those together and put them on the IL 1040. Also, if you need a little more information than what is out there in the instructions, you can also refer to publication 120 on our website. And in that publication on 120, you'll also find in writing where it says that we do not tax your retirement regardless of what age you are. If you take a distribution from your retirement and pension federally before you're 59 and a half, there will be a 10% penalty on the federal level. The state does not impose any penalties on that whatsoever, regardless of your age, whether you're 21, 51, or 81. If it's on your federal return as taxable income on 4B, 5B, or 6B, we will let you put it on line 5 of your Illinois return, regardless of your age when you took that distribution. If you are filing a paper return, you must attach a schedule IL WIT along with all of the W-2s. And that IL WIT is used to take the information off of your W-2s, such as your employer's federal ID number, what your state wages were, your federal wages were, and what your state withholding was. And it takes all your W-2s and you list each one individually, and it will give you one lump sum to bring over to the line on the IL 1040. That is for paper returns only. If you're filing electronically, you do not need to do the IL WIT. If you claimed estimated payments on your return, please enter the correct amount of estimated payments you made. Now, an estimated payment, it's anything that came in with an IL 1040 ES voucher. You may have had your refund from the prior year carried forward to the next year. That will be included in that line, as well as anything that was submitted as an extension payment or the IL 505I. Anything on those will all be added together and put on your estimated payment line. If you're not sure how much estimated payments were made throughout the year, you can always go to our website, and we have an estimated payment lookup feature that will show all of your estimated payments that were made. When you file your return, please make sure that you're including all of the attachments, such as the Schedule M, the Schedule ICR, the Schedule E/EIC, the CR, anything like that. If you've got Social Security, retirement, and pension, we're going to want a copy of your federal return as well. As you're going through, I know particularly the Schedule M, there are several lines on there that ask for additional documentation. So make sure you double check not only that the schedules are attached, but that the documentation that's listed on the schedules are attached as well. If it's coming in through the mail, you definitely want to make sure they're stapled, including the W-2s. And please staple them all together at once. Put your W-2s on the front of the return and attach the schedules and other attachments behind it. Some people like to make it an Easter egg hunt and bury the W-2s in between each page. Please keep them all together. That is one thing that's going to help speed up the processing of your return and make sure we get all of your W-2 information or all of your subtractions and credits. Please do not send us your last copy of anything. Department of Revenue, we will accept photocopies. So please keep a copy for your record, because if we would need that additional documentation for some reason to verify what you submitted, you will need to have a copy of it in your records. So please do not send us the last copy. Anytime you send anything into the department, even when we're asking for some things, we will ask for, we may need a copy of your driver's license. Don't send us your original driver's license. Photocopy works fine. If you are a first-year filer, you will automatically be defaulted to a paper refund check if you're getting a refund from the Illinois Department of Revenue. If you mark direct deposit, we will automatically default it to paper refund check. If you're claiming property tax, when you do the Schedule ICR, you need to make sure that you're including the county that your property is located in, as well as the parcel number or the property tax ID number. Every county has a different name and a different format, but both of those must be filled in on a Schedule ICR when you submit your return. If it's not, you will receive a letter. And every time you receive a letter, it slows down the processing time of your return. Double check everything before you hit the submit button or before you drop it in the mailbox. Go back and double check to make sure you've got all the I's dotted, T's crossed, complete Social Security number, everything that's attached that needs to be attached, and make sure you have the entries on every line that you feel you should have an entry on. Another big thing is make sure you're signing your return. If it is a paper return, you will just need to sign your name. If it's a joint return, both taxpayers will need to sign. If you're filing electronically, you can use your IL PIN. That IL PIN acts as your signature for any return that's filed electronically. And if you do not know what your IL PIN is, we have a lookup feature on our website that you can go out and it will have you enter some information and we will be able to provide your PIN number 24 hours a day, 7 days a week over the website. When it comes time to doing the refund, if you entered an amount that you want refunded to you on line 37, on the next line, you have to tell us, do I want it as a direct deposit or do I want it as a paper check? And that's all done on line 38. If you want it as a direct deposit, then you need to answer a couple of more questions. Is it a checking account? Is it a savings account? And then you need to tell us, what's the bank's routing number? What's the bank's account number that you want this to go into? If you would like your refund carried forward to the next tax year, you can enter that amount on line 38. You can take the amount that's on line 37, your total refund, and you can have it split as long as one way is carried forward to next year. The other way can either go direct deposit or paper check. You can't have it split, part going checking, part going savings. The only way you can split it, and you can have it split, it can go to two different things at the same time. It can go credit carry forward, has to be one of them. And then the other one, either paper check or direct deposit. And that is all filled out on lines 37 through 39 of your IL 1040. Okay. When you call into the Department of Revenue, we need a few pieces of information. Things have changed since I first started here. When I first started here 25 years ago, it was, what's your name? What's your social security number? What information would you like? It's not that way anymore. When you call in now, we can talk to three people. We can talk to one of the taxpayers that's listed on the tax return. The other person we can talk to is whoever is listed as a third-party designee. And to be listed as a third-party designee, that has to be completed and filled out at the time the return is filed. And all that information needs is the name, the person's name, that's your third-party designee, a contact phone number, and then off to the right, there's a box that needs to be checked and says, yes, I give this person permission to talk. If that box is not checked, we cannot talk to the third-party designee. At that point in time, we have to have an Illinois 2848 on file, which is our power of attorney form. And with the power of attorney form, that can either be mailed in, it can be faxed in, it can be emailed, faxed, uploaded through our My Tax portal, or you can mail it in. The quickest way to have it done is to upload it through the My Tax portal. The next quickest way is to email it. If you email in a power of attorney, the email address is rev.poa@illinois.gov. We ask if you're doing it via email, no cover sheet, please, and one power of attorney in each attachment. If you email it in, as soon as that power of attorney is on file, we will send you out an email saying, yes, your power of attorney is on file. You can call in and we can discuss the account with you. Or if there's problems, they will do that through the email that it came in with. If you fax it in, one client per fax, please. And again, no cover sheet. When you do it via fax, we ask that you would please allow 3 business days, because we've got one area that puts all these on the system and they work them in as fast as they can get them done. They're pretty good about less than 3 business days, but with the holidays and everything, it does tend to slow it down, where it may take 4 days, especially if it's a 3-day weekend. So the quickest and fastest way is going to be uploaded through My Tax, followed by emailing it in. And then faxing it in is probably the slowest option of the 3. Where can I get help? If you need to get help, you can call the 800 number or the 217-782 number that's listed on the screen, and that is staffed by our call center. They are there 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. You can also call our business hotline, which is the 217-524-4772 phone number. And by calling that number, we try to keep that more for our business clients so they aren't waiting in line to have the calls answered in between everybody wanting to check on their refund the last week of February. The business hotline will be able to get your business questions and business tax types questions answered a lot quicker. Let me back up a slide here. A couple of other things that I didn't see in here. If you have your refund carried forward to next year, you cannot call into the department and have us change that to a refund to be mailed out to you. We need to have that request in writing from the taxpayer. And you will need to mail that in and ask for your refund for whatever tax year to please be issued as a paper refund check. And the reason it has to go as a paper refund check is because once that return is submitted, we cannot change any bank information. So if you have an account that you're filing and it's having the refund go direct deposit, and you realize later that, oh, I put the wrong account number, or I've now had to close that account, you're going to have to wait for that refund to come back from the bank, work its way back through the banking system, and then we will automatically issue you a paper check out to the address that you have on file with us. We cannot go in and change it. It has to stay the way it came in filed. And another thing with refunds right now are temporarily going to be on hold just because it's the end of the tax year. We need to update our system so we can issue all the 1099-Gs that need to be issued. This also gives the comptroller's office time to get their system, any year-end updates that they need to do without issuing refunds. We will bring that back up in early January. And once we get that back up, we will start issuing refunds. That doesn't mean right now we're not processing anything. Processing is still continuing to process returns, and they are still continuing to process any notices and responses that have come in. The only thing that is on hold is the refund going out the door over to the comptroller's office so that they can issue the check or direct deposit for you. So when you check our refund update on our website, it will not be updating right now because the system is down and there is no new information to give from when that was fed out there last. Another thing is with rebates. We thought we were done with those, but if you or your client have not received their rebate and you go out and check and see that it has, if it has come back to us for an undeliverable address, we can still update the address and reissue that rebate. So you want to make sure you've got everybody's addresses updated and everything ready to go. Here's our email addresses. I call these our big four because these are our highest volume, and these are our main taxes. If you have an individual question, there's the email address on the screen that you can email to. Business and withholding, there is their email address to get those questions answered. If you have sales tax questions, there's the sales tax email address. And if you have any questions concerning My Tax, there is the My Tax email box that can help you. They are really good at getting those turned around real quick. I can tell you one thing, right now we're going to have a quicker turnaround time than if you email in on April 13th. So please be patient. They do try to do a 48-hour turnaround time. Doesn't always happen the closer we get to April 15th. And with individual income, with all of these, you're still going to have to clear the security that you would on the phone. The thing is with, especially the individual, they will not ask for your complete social. They will ask for the last 4 digits of your social security number. So you're not sending your social through email, just the last 4 digits. And then they'll want name and address and then a line item off the tax return. There's our 2 website addresses. tax.illinoisspelledout.gov is our main website. That website is loaded with all kinds of information. When we update anything, we push it out as fast as we can. If you need more information right now on the volunteer emergency worker credit, there is a frequently asked questions section on that credit out there right now. So if you need more information than what I gave you this morning, go check that out, because we put as much information out there as we possibly can. And then the other one is mytax.illinoisspelledout.gov, and that has got everything you could possibly want to know about MyTax. It'll have all the links so you can do anything that you could possibly want to do in MyTax. We also offer language assistance for taxpayers. The Department of Revenue provides free language access services to individuals with limited English proficiency. We have several different ways to offer this. If you come to one of our walk-ins offices, there's an interpreter service are available at all of our local offices that provide walk-in service. And those are in Chicago, Des Plaines, Rockford, Springfield, Fairview Heights, Marion. All of the offices except Springfield are 8:30 to 5. Springfield is 8 to 5. If you call in through our phone service, whether it's the taxpayer assistance line or the business hotline, we have an interpreter service that we can get a hold of Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Keep in mind, if you're using that service, it will take a little longer because we have to run everything through the interpreter service. On our website, on the tax.illinoisspelledout.gov, online webpage translation services are utilized to translate this content into over 130 languages. So you should be able to get most everything you want off the website interpreted for you. If you send something in, we can translate correspondence or other written information that's available upon request.